So the digital natives, which thankfully are some of you, are people who are born digital, right? People who are born into a society that is connected. They're currently between, say, 10 and 30 years old, if I have sort of the widest definition. They like the internet better than television. The blue bar says life without television is more feasible than life without internet. This is not surprising to you, I'm sure. But maybe it's surprising to people who run broadcasters, who think about the future of broadcasting. I mean, this is a real challenge. People are saying they'd rather not go without the internet and forget about television. In America, 15% of kids prefer watching YouTube over regular television. Or they do it at the same time. Think about what that means. 50% of European people say that they have actually done streaming television. That's a huge number, just in 1 year. A few more things that says that, we're basically the internet has taken time away from all of the media, not just television. Right? Good news, bad news, you could say. Broadcast television, decreasing. Network television, which is CBS, NBC, decreasing. Newspapers dropping like rocks, as we can see this year. Recorded music, evaporating. Interactive television increasing. Home video increasing. Consumer internet increasing. This is, of course, US numbers. But Europe numbers don't look a lot different. In different countries they do. But in general, it's all the same trend. So what to do? Our friend Doug Morris from Universal Music Group, the head of Universal Music Group, he says, if you had Coca-Cola coming through the faucet in your kitchen, how much would you be willing to pay for Coca-Cola? That's what happened to the music business. In other words, what used to be paid is now free. That's what he's complaining about. Well, my answer is, why don't we charge the faucet? Right? Charge the pipeline in a way that makes people think like the Coke is still free, but there's money in the network. It's a very logical conclusion. In broadcasting, if the future audience goes to the internet, then you must become the internet for them. There's no other choice. You don't have the option. They're migrating somewhere where maybe you aren't quite there yet. So if you're not there, they will not see you there. They will not meet you there. This is something clearly that we have to face in terms of what's happening. Across the world, 1.6 billion use the web, 1.4 watch television, 3.5 use mobile phones. So how in the future will this all come together? Where is your future audience? And of course, who is the DJ? Who's the person making the program? Is it other users? Is it celebrities? Who is it? Remember when broadcasting had a monopoly in attention? All you could see was state television, public television, or of course cable television. Remember when you only had 50 channels on your cable? Now you have 5,000, and pretty soon it will be 50,000 cable TV and internet TV channels. You lose your monopoly in attention. That is the worst part, of course, because people have so many choices. The BBC says they'll be lucky to have 500,000 people watch the same TV show. That's a hit in 5 years. Because there's so many choices. So going back to the emerging cultural practices, what are those practices? I'm sure you know about what I'm talking about here. First of all, I want my television, my radio, my music when I want it. I don't want to watch at 6 o'clock. I want to watch at midnight or on the train. It's called time shifting. There's no way around this. We have to offer this. I want it how and where I want it. It's called place shifting. I may not want it on the computer. I want it on my mobile or on the PSP or whatever device that I plan to use, or of course in the car. I want to be able to influence, to talk back, to determine things, to actually contribute. That's called control shifting. I want real value for my money. We're all paying for public broadcasting. We're all donating every year to pay. So I want real value. That's called money shifting. Because if that value isn't there for me, I'm going to refuse sooner or later. These discussions are raging everywhere. Why do we pay for public broadcasting if we can't access what happens there? If we can only watch at 6 o'clock? Big problem. And of course, lastly, I want real value for my attention. my time becomes worth so much more because of the internet. Every single advertiser, every brand, every social network wants my attention, and some of them are going to pay me for my attention. So don't waste my time. That's called attention shifting. Here's a bit of a summary. The place shift, the control shift, the time shift, the attention shift, and the money shift. If you can solve these problems as a broadcaster, or at least some of them, you're in good shape. This is crucial. People aren't going to wait around for us to solve these issues. They're migrating. I'll tell you later where they're migrating, but it's already happening.